Yo, what's going on YouTube? BGram44 back here again today with another video, and I'm covering the update today for Black Ops Cold War. We're not going to go through the entire list, but I'm going to go through some of the key items on it, maybe run some gameplay through the update, see if we can notice any of the changes. Other than that, we're going to get straight into it. CharlieIntel.com provided the update patch notes for me. Check it out. Let's get right into it. Alright gang, we're going to breeze through these patch notes. I'm not going to cover actually everything in the patch notes, but if you would like to check them out for yourself, go to charlieintel.com. They always have the patch notes. These are promising. These patch notes are somewhat promising. Some things are bogus. We'll get to that, but some things are legit. First and foremost, it's 11 gigabytes on Xbox Series X or Xbox One, my bad. 15 gigs on Series X and S. 6 gigs on PlayStation 5. Not really much to update there. PS4 3 gigs and on PC 5 gigs. As for this being the game's first new patch, it's saying post launch it's a significant file size. Now look, first patch is always like for me at least, the first like big patch kind of shows me the direction Call of Duty's going to go that year. You can tell off the rip. I mean, at Modern Warfare, their patches off the rip, you know exactly what was going on. Let's do it. You got Cold War, patch notes, you read through. I'm very confident it's going to be a fire game. What I'm getting at is, you got Nuketown coming out on November 24th. And what's fun about Nuketown, if you go on down, you get a free Nuketown weapon bundle. Now, the way you get the bundle is by playing the game before December 3rd or purchasing the game. It includes, as it says, a new epic weapon blueprint, 6 weapon charms, a Nuketown themed calling card, sticker, and emblem. That's legit. All you have to do is load into the game and it gives you the option to get this pack, and it is 100% free. It comes with this cool little shotgun that we are actually going to be covering in a video very shortly. Season leveling, how it works. Once you've completed military ranks 1 to 55 and reach prestige 1, you'll enter seasonal levels. So any level past prestige 1 is going to be a seasonal level. These levels represent the new prestige progression journey, and rather than scaling with progressively higher XP requirements like military ranks, each seasonal level requires the same amount of XP to complete. What that means is, once you prestige, whether you're level 1 or level 50, it's going to be the same amount of XP to level up to 2 or to 52. It's the same for every level, which I personally like. It kind of lets you know how many times you can rank up in a match, or how much XP you get per game. You can break it down and you can have an idea of how fast or how many matches it'd take you to hit a certain level. I like that. If you want to read more about that, it's down here. I'm really not going to cover that. This is what I was really concerned about. This is going to be your assault rifles, your submachine guns, tac rifles. I'm going to read over that. To make it simple, I'm just going to let you know if it's chalked, let you know if it got buffed, alright? The FFAR1 chalk, alright? They reduced the max damage on it, they took away recoil, or added recoil, they chalked it. Heartbreaker. Submachine gun alpha, chalked. M16, semi-chalked, but pretty chalked. It's not going to be like it was. Tactical rifle Charlie, they reduced the max damage range by 20%. That's pretty drastic in my opinion, and increased sprint to fire time speed. That's hype. But then they slowed everything. The tactical rifle Charlie chalked. Type 63 got a buff. DMR 14 got a buff. M60 got a buff, like a buff. You probably see more people using that. Sniper rifles got, I wouldn't call it a chalk and I wouldn't call it a buff. Alright? Like, it wouldn't be a nerf, it wouldn't be a buff. They just they tweaked it. So they messed with the sprint to fire. They said that they added values to make the shots feel more powerful. I don't know if that has more of an animation to it now. And then they said they fine-tuned the barrel attachments to improve idle sway. Now on that right there, maybe I would say this is a buff. The gun already has, snipers have no flinch in this game. You're getting shot at when you're aiming down sights with a sniper. You're not moving. That's why you get beamed by kids with sniping. This is the easiest Call of Duty ever made to snipe in. It is just super hit scan, and there's no flinch. That's why people are dominant with the quick scopes, and they're hitting the craziest trick shots. This game is just child's play when it comes to sniping, and to see that they want to improve idle sway, it's a little disappointing. You would think you'd want them to add just a little more idle sway, or maybe even more flinch. So hopefully, as time goes on, we'll see an improvement with that. The Magnum got buffed. The Magnum's already raw as it is if you haven't used it. Got a buff, that's exciting. Shotguns got slightly reduced damage between ranges. They got chalk. Not necessarily chalked, it depends. If you're using the Spaz 12, you can still make it work. But the Hauer's not going to be as dominant anymore, which, I don't know, that kind of takes away in my opinion. When you run out of ammo, having a shotgun secondary is kind of nice. But I noticed even up close, sometimes you're not really getting those one-hit kills. So to see that they kind of dumb that range down even more, a little disappointing, but it's not detrimental. Game mode updates. Hardcore, the friendly fire system now properly transitions to reflect damage after 3 team kills. That's awesome. So if you have that one toxic Nelson on your team, he won't stop murking everyone. After he's killed 3 teammates, he's going to start taking damage. That's extremely exciting. Search and destroy addressed an issue of defusing the bomb could take longer than 7.5 seconds. That's fixed for all you search and destroy players out there. Free for all adjusted several starting spawns. This is exciting. They are starting to work on spawns in this game. I don't know if you all have noticed, but on certain maps, certain game modes, spawns are chalk, like super chalk, and they are actually working on spawns, which is exciting. Combined arms improve the interaction when using stationary turns in combined arms. That's exciting as well. I don't know if you've ever jumped on those stationary turns, but they're a little clunky, so it's pretty cool to see them kind of smooth that up. I feel like they might be a little more utilized now. That should be pretty fun. Spawns, adjusted various spawns in multiplayer. That's seriously epic. They need to keep going with that. And then on custom games, they added score streak cost overrides to custom games. That's super cool too. I'm excited to see how people manage custom games now. I'm sure they're going to come up with some really cool games where you have to get certain points, get certain kill streaks. I think custom games in this game are going to be closer to BO1, where they're just very customizable. Your score streaks themselves, they reduce the ammo on the combat bow from 5 to 4. A lot of these score streaks, I wouldn't say they got nerfed, I wouldn't say they got buffed. It's almost like they're trying to balance them out. The care package got increased from 1800 to 2000. Sentry gun got reduced to 1800. Napalm strike got increased to 2500. Air patrol got reduced to 2700. Artillery got increased to 3000. Cruise missile went from 26 to 35. War machine went from 35 to 4000. The attack chopper, this is the most buns kill streak, score streak, whatever you want to call it, in this game. They increased the cost of it from 4,000 to 5,000. I've called in at least 30 of these things. I've probably gotten 5 kills. They increased the damage from 50 to 75 per bullet. That's still chalked because it doesn't shoot at people. It floats there. It never shoots at people. Increased health from 45 to 5,000. You can still shoot it down in a heartbeat. Decrease the duration of screen shake from bullets impact. That's frustrating to me because this thing barely shoots. When it finally does shoot, it's not really going to have as much as an effect. It's just going to get the kill and keep going. If it's not going to be accurate, I don't care about having more damage. I want it to kind of affect their screen. I just earned that score streak. I want it to have maximum potential, throw the other team off. And then it says it reduced the amount of time the chopper will stay in one place before relocating. That's a little more exciting. It'll move around, but that doesn't mean it'll shoot more. This thing never shoots. Ever, 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 ever. Frustrating. VTOL escort got reduced. That's dope. From 85 to 8,000. The VTOL's good if you know how to use it. But if you're new to it, you don't really get them too much. It might be a little tricky. It takes some getting used to. And then Chopper Gunner says it increased the cost from 6,000 to 6,500. Chopper Gunner is OP though. But it reduced the movement of the gun when firing. So they made it a little more expensive, but they improved the usage of it. So that's exciting. Maps. Garrison's the only one that really got an update. It says it addressed an issue where a player in the crawl space could collide with the players above them. The crawl space is the little underneath part. If B's in the middle, it's to the right, that you can crawl under. And if you were underneath it and someone's running over you, y'all would bump into each other and y'all would both freeze. The person up top would have to go around you and they would even know you were under them. So they fixed that. They improved finishing moves. And then they got different stability. I know a lot of people have been crashing in multiplayer, just different crashes, and shutting the consoles down, you name it. They fixed all of that, which is great. Score streaks, they fixed the rest of that. This is just this is mostly crash stuff. Progression, more crashing they fixed. All of this is crash related. So basically they are finally making the game where you don't lag out of matches as often, you don't crash out of matches as often. That's exciting. But that's really about it. You got some zombies. If you are into zombies, scroll down to the bottom, check that out. And then of course global settings, aim, response, curve type options added. Boys, this is huge. This is what we've been waiting for. Get ready for a new aim settings video coming very soon. Very excited for this one. But if you want to read through the rest of this, they talk about camos, you name it. Check it out. But anyways, I will catch y'all tomorrow with another banger. Let's get it.